Here's an easy question for you. What bear is better off-road? Is it the baby mama or Papa Bear?
Papa Bear, of course, big!
Welcome to part 3 of our Goldilocks series, where we find out if the small, medium, or large truck is best off-road. Now in part 1, we did an MPG challenge.
Yes, in part 2, we did an eye gauntlet world's toughest towing test.
And now we're going to take all 3 of these off-road trucks up the ironclads, where we're going to do 2 challenges, Andre, right?
Yes, first is a reticulation test on the Razor Rocks.
Yep, and then the second one is just seeing how far we can get in the snow, because it gets steep and deep very quick, so let's get to it.
Hell yeah.
All right, let's meet our bears. First is the Papa Bear, or the F-250 Super Duty. Now this has a 7.3 liter engine under the hood, but that doesn't matter today. What matters is that it's the FX4 off-road package. And next, we've got the Mama Bear, or the Chevy Silverado Trail Boss. Once again, the 5.3 under the hood doesn't matter. What counts is that this is the Trail Boss, or the most off-road worthy Silverado you can buy. And finally, the Baby Bear is our long-term Jeep Rubicon Gladiator. Yep, this is the most off-road worthy truck here with all the bells and whistles. So Andre, we bought all 3 of these trucks to test them for the entire year.
Yep.
But there's something really unique about them. Even though they're mid-size, full-size, and heavy-duty, what's unique?
They all have the same price.
Yeah, they all cost about $55K.
Yeah.
Which is unbelievable when you think about the fact that the Gladiator costs the same as the Super Duty.
Right.
Now, the more important question, my man. Which one do we take up first, and which one do we take up last?
Well, the Rubicon is kind of the standard of off-roading, right?
Yeah,
so
it's got the most goodies.
How about we save it? And I want to take Papa Bear.
All right, so you drive Papa Bear.
Yeah.
I'll jump out and watch you go over the Razor Rocks, and then let's see how far you can get up in the deep snow.
Okay.
And if we get stuck?
Well, we have the Rubicon, I guess.
Yeah, that'll be fun. I'm towing the Super Duty out with the Rubicon. Let's not get stuck. All right, hop in. Andre, don't get me wrong. I love Papa Bear, but Papa Bear is a big old fat bear. I mean, this is a big old truck, dude.
But it does not have the best clearance. You would think it would have the best, but it doesn't. It's about 9 inches in this truck.
It's also the heaviest.
7,000 pounds.
Which is a lot of weight going up a slippery slope, you know that.
One thing already,
Yeah.
this truck is wide.
Like me.
Well, we're both papas, I guess,
Yeah.
right?
He's already almost slid into the tree. What happened was the front wheels really weren't doing much until the rear wheel slipped. Now I've got the rear wheel slipping, and this wheel's not turning because the front isn't locked.
Come on, tires.
Andre, that's attempt number 2. You get one more shot. Andre, it's not gonna do it, man.
Is my front tire digging in?
Your front, only that one's spinning. This one isn't spinning.
But
So-
it's on the rocks, right?
Yeah, it's on the rocks, but because it's open, it's sending power to the one that's got the least amount of traction. So I say we take the bypass and try the hill climb.
All right, I'll do the bypass.
All right, do the bypass.
Oh.
This truck is actually the tallest of these three, although it has no suspension lift from the factory. In fact, for 2020, they lowered the F-250 just by 1 inch. But this is an FX4 package, which means you also get a selectable rear locker, some skid plates, and specially tuned shocks, although they're not branded with any other brand. And of course, the tires are Goodyear Wrangler with Kevlar, so these are not the Duratrax, but it should have a strong sidewall. Oh, and one more thing, don't look at that front chin spoiler. Yeah, I know it's for fuel efficiency, it's not great for off-roading.
So just like the Jeep and the Silverado, I do have a low-speed transfer case in this F-250, but unlike the Silverado, I have a selectable lockable rear diff, and the way I do that is just by pulling on this knob and locking the rear. I do have a snow and sand mode, so while I don't have a dedicated off-road mode, I do have deep snow and sand, and that's what we'll be using because we are in deep snow with a little sand. This is the start of the hill climb. I've got the cone. I will place it as far up as Andre gets. We shall see how Papa Bear does. I'm rooting for you, Andre.
So I'm trying to maintain like about 5 miles an hour. I think it's probably gonna be good.
All right, Andre, you made it halfway. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So now is the steep and deep part, and I'll give you 2 attempts.
Okay. I'm already slipping. Okay. Got going a little bit. So now I'm just trying to. Okay, that's about it.
All right, Andre. I'm going to put the cone here. Try a little momentum. All right, give it one more shot.
Come on, Papa Bear. Okay.
Well, you want to back her on down? You want me to do
I'm
it?
gonna have to.
You want me to do it?
Yeah.
I'm good at backing down. I've had a lot of experience backing down.
No, we never back down.
How important do you think the tires are? I think they're pretty important.
Yeah, right.
Especially in the snow.
Yeah, and see the heavy-duty truck, the Papa Bear.
Yeah.
It has more air pressure. I mean, we could have aired down and spent a lot of time doing this, but I don't think you're gonna help that weight. This truck weighs about, what, 5,500 pounds, right? So this trail bus is quite a bit lighter, and I can already tell it seems a little bit more nimble and a little bit more manageable maybe through these trees.
All right, well, here we are back at the Razor Rocks. So
Okay.
let me get outside, and why don't you see if this truck can actually make it up?
With my G80?
Yep. Go for it, my man.
Going sideways again. Is my front tire on the rock?
Yeah, but once again, the driver's side tire is the one that's spinning, and the one that's got traction is not. Try with a little momentum. Oh! That was close.
That was a little clinchy.
That was very close. I say you call it. Let's try obstacle number 2, the hill climb, Andre.
Aha! Mama Bear, the trail bus, has a 2-inch lift from the factory. It also has unique Rancho shocks for the Silverado. Also, they have removed the front chin spoiler for a slightly better approach angle, and it has a G80 mechanically locking rear differential, but not selectable. Today is also a great showcase for off-road tires. The trail bus is riding on these Goodyear Wrangler Duratrax tires. But it also has red tow hooks, which is the most important thing.
Andre, you are wrong, my man. The most important thing is not the two red tow hooks, but right here. First, it's got a low range 4x4, which means I can select low range and get more torque to the wheels. And then, like the Jeep, it has an off-road mode, which allows, I guess, the system to figure out where to send power. It does have, unfortunately, in my opinion, the G80, which is an unselectable mechanical rear locker, which means I can't select it. I have to wait for the wheels to start spinning before it engages the locker. We'll see how that works. You know, I think maybe even like a Torsen front would help, right?
Yeah, something just to kind of shift the power over,
Yeah,
right?
to the right wheel with the right traction. I think anytime you get in a situation like this where it's just an open front diff, you're really looking at three-wheel drive.
Yeah, if that.
If that, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going approximately the same speed as I did in the Ford. I'm going about 5 miles an hour, and until I actually come to a complete stop, it's no big deal. It's the getting going part that's hard.
So there's your cone.
Yes, I see it.
So you got basically 2 attempts.
Okay.
First one, just nice and slow.
Okay.
See if you can pass the cone. Second one, back down.
And
use
try
a little
it again.
momentum.
Yeah.
And then follows, fails, back down, and try going up
Okay.
truth.
I'm gonna try to get going a little bit slowly.
Woo! All right. Nice. Look at that.
What? No way! That's unbelievable! I made it to the top! This is incredible!
Roman, I kind of left you holding the cone.
Yeah, well, it made it all the way to the top, so there it goes. But we've got an interesting dynamic now.
Yeah,
2 trucks.
right,
The big old heavy duty failed both obstacles.
right.
But the full-size truck
Failed the first obstacle.
but made the second.
Yes.
So Andre, it's all up to you now. Let's see if the Gladiator, the mid-size truck, can do both the first and the second.
Okay, no pressure though.
No pressure. All right, good luck. Let's go down and get the third truck. This is definitely the most off-road worthy of them all. But you
It's
know,
the crawly one.
you know, you can get a very similar truck like this in a Tacoma. You can certainly get identical things, except for the sway bar in the ZR2.
Yeah, in the
Colorado,
Chevy, right?
yeah.
But this
you
is
know.
the only truck with solid, in the midsize segment, with solid axles front and rear.
Yep.
And also, it's a convertible. You can take the top off.
Yep. Hey Andre, if this truck can't make it up the Razor Rocks, I'm gonna eat the spare tire.
Okay. Wow.
That's a lot of confidence. I'm really hungry, but spare tire hungry.
Wait, what? It just like walked up it as if it was a city street.
Yep, this Rubicon Jeep has solid axles front and rear, lockers front and rear. It has about 11 inches of ground clearance, which is the most amongst these 3. It's got a disconnecting front sway bar, and it's got these Falcon Wild Peak all-terrain tires.
Of course, what Andre's talking about is that I've got a heated steering wheel and heated seats. No, that's not what he's talking about. He's talking about the fact that I have a dedicated off-road mode, which actually helps allocate power to whichever wheel. You know what? It really doesn't do that because I can lock everything, so all the power is going to be going to all 4 wheels when we're climbing up that hill. What it does have, which is actually very useful, especially on the articulation, is it's got skid plates underneath and even rock rails, so that if, God help us, we get caught up on a rock, it'll just slide right over. And check this out over here. This is your off-road pages, which shows you pretty much everything that this truck does off-road. So it gives you not only that we're at almost 9,000 feet of elevation, but it tells me that I've got both the center, front, and rear diff lock, which is more than any of those other 2 trucks could do. So how does it feel driving this truck compared to the other 2?
You know, the size is so much more manageable, and the articulation makes the truck more compliant. So it's a little bit softer and nicer over these bumps. Right now, we got a dead tie between the Mama Bear and the Baby Bear. Yeah. Right. So the question is. So the pressure is still on. Pressure is on. If this makes it all the way to the top, we know that the best truck for off-roading, at least according to this set of tests, is the mid-size truck. Yes. All right. So prove me right. Okay. Good luck.
Oh, he's struggling a little bit.
Come on.
A little bit. Oh, he's almost stopping, but I think he's gonna make it.
So just right, Goldilocks truck for episode 3 is the Gladiator Rubicon, because it just walked up this snowy mountain like it was a piece of cake. Woohoo!
You know, if it were my money, I'd get the TRX all day long.
What?
All right, we haven't tested that, and the Raptor's too expensive, so I'd get the Gladiator. I think if you live in Colorado and you love to off-road and you don't tow a heck of a lot, this is definitely the truck for you.
And if it was my money, 55 grand, or maybe a hair more, it would be the Ford Tremor. I would pick the heavy-duty truck, just built up just a little bit more because I need to tow more, and I love that new engine, the 7.3 liter gas.
All right, Andre, so we've done 3 Goldilocks videos.
Yes.
And we'll do links to them in the description below. The first one was the MPG test. Which truck won that?
The trail bus is Silverado Mama Bear.
Really?
Yes.
All right, how about towing when we went up the Ike Gauntlet?
Well, I said it was the Ford F-250 because on the downhill it performed really well.
And of course I said it was the Silverado, because I felt it was a better all-rounder. And now that we've gone off-road in 3 off-road trucks, it's clear that the Gladiator by far is the best.
And it's not just because of the lockers, it's also more manageable, or it's smaller, it's nimbler, and you could actually navigate the trees.
So, the question that we sought to answer is, which size truck is right for you? Is it the mid-size, full-size, or HD?
Yes.
What's the answer?
It depends on what you want to do.
Yep. No, I actually think it also depends on where you live.
Yes.
Right? Because if you live here in Colorado, I think a mid-size truck is perfect. If, of course, you want a tow,
Something a little heavier.
then of course go for the big-ass truck.
Yeah, the heavy duty, with 14,000 pounds of max towing.
And if you want to have the jack of all but the master of none, then you go for the
Full-size.
full-size truck, which is probably why the full-size truck is the most popular truck in the land. Well guys, there you have it. I hope you've enjoyed this Goldilocks video series, and come back to TFL Truck for more news, views,
And real-world reviews, but wait, there is more.
There's more.
Well, we're gonna modify these trucks, right?
Yeah, we're gonna modify them, and we're gonna take them across country off-road, so be sure to stay tuned for that this summer. But yeah, let me get in the truck, let me get the heated seat on, and let me warm my ass up, Andre.
All right, you drive.
Hey, I have a favor to ask.
Yeah, what's up?
Could I do the Gladiator, please? Please, 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 Andre? Could I do the Gladiator? Please,
No.
please, please?
So you're saying you're gonna drive the most
Please,
capable
please,
vehicle?
please, please.
Okay.
Thank you. I've been walking around in the snow, in the cold. I want to be sitting my butt in a comfortable truck.
You want those heated seats?
I do, and the heated steering wheel. Okay, all right, thank you.